If your grandma can bake cookies, knit sweaters, and remind you to keep stuffing your plate during the holidays, then she can also make money online. And I'm not talking about TikTok dancing or crypto. I'm talking about simple side hustles that actually work. And in this video, I'm gonna walk you through how these senior citizens are cashing in from their recliners and turning their free time into cold, hard cash. So if you're ready, let's go. Right, so let's hop onto my computer here and let's hop onto the website where we recently published this guide on how the grandmas are really cashing in on some side hustles that are simple, easy to follow for people who are looking for simple side hustles that actually work. All right, so let's dive in. So the first side hustle that we have for grandmas is being a digital product tester. So companies like User Testing and Try My UI, they look for feedback from actual people, right? And one of the biggest, most valuable things right now is data collection. So who better than to point out fonts or different errors on the website but the grandmother, right? So if you have some free time, if you have attention to detail, and you like trying out new things, new software, this might be for you. Because at the end of it, these companies pay about $10, $15, $20, $30 for one test that you can complete between 15, 20, 30 minutes. So if you have an extra half an hour a day, you could complete 2 to 3 of these surveys and then start stacking up a little bit of side hustle income every day. All right, next one. The second thing that we suggest for side hustles for grandmas is being a language partner. The reality is that a lot of our grandmas, a lot of people that are in the later stage in their life, they don't have companionship, right? And I've heard of stories of grandmas that even called the call centers just to have somebody to talk to, really. So if you have time and you love to chat, there are companies out there willing to pay for that, for your time. Companies like iTalki and Preply, they connect people who are looking for one-on-one lessons, for example, and the rates range from $10 to $30 per hour. And through this platform, you're able to share your expertise, become a language partner, and teach somebody to adopt a new skill, for example, from a native speaker. So check out those apps and then see if you can continue interacting, if you can create new interactions, create new friendships with new people from around the world that are genuinely interested in wanting to know about your culture, about your language, and also make some side money from that. You have some real life examples on this as well. So John, for example, he's a gentleman from Texas, makes about $1,000 a month from teaching English to students in South Korea, Japan, through iTalki. His favorite thing about that is not only does he get to teach these people, but he also gets to learn from them, right? So if you want to learn other people's cultures as well, this is a great way for you to, to interact with other people from other countries, for you to learn from them as well. All right, so number 3, third one is becoming a digital mystery shopper. I personally have done this myself, and I've introduced this to my mom. I'm not sure if she's been doing it, but from time to time, you can subscribe to these platforms that give you an opportunity to do what's called a mystery shop. And what you do is you go into stores, pretend to be an ideal client, and then you would ask specific questions, or you would follow specific steps in order for you to gauge the service level, the product level, and different things that the company might want to be assessing from their employees. And every time you do this, you can either get a free product or you can get discounts to products and different perks. When you subscribe to websites like IntelliShop or MarketForce, you can subscribe to notifications where they would send you opportunities, and then you can pick and choose, apply, and once you get approved for those, then you can go ahead and complete your mystery shop mission and and get paid for trying out a new product and then trying to make sure that the service quality from the providers is up to par. So each of these mystery shops, they could also pay out between 10, 25, 30, 40. Personally, I've gotten paid $100, $150 for some that I've done. And some of these, they could also be done online, right? So there are mystery shopping deals you can get to where you do online surveys or quizzes or tests for software, user testing. And then you also get paid that amount. A real life example here of Margaret, who reviews 2 online shops weekly, right? And in 3 months, she made over $600. It's not a lot of money. It's not the biggest amount of money, but over time, additional income, it does help and it does add up. All right. So number 4, the fourth one we recommend is pet sitting or dog walking, right? So if you are an animal lover or if you love spending time with pets, there's a rise in pet ownership pretty much going on across North America, across the world. But now the stats show that there are more pets in the US household versus kids. And what does that mean? People will need pet services, which include dog walking, pet sitting, boarding services, training services. So if you're a grandma or you're somebody who loves being around pets, this is a great side hustle where you can reach out to your local groups, go to your local dog park or connect with people who have dogs, and then strike up a conversation about potentially keeping the dog healthy, keeping the dog active when the owners are too busy to do that, right? And then just make it a consistent routine for the pet. That's an easy side hustle that you can start and implement and also get paid regularly for, while also getting in your steps and your exercise. So pet sitting, it ranges between $15 to $40, $50 an hour. And then if you were able to get 1 to 2 clients that gives you regular work throughout the week, then that could easily add up to $50, $60, $100, $200 a week maybe, that you can start stacking up. That's an extra $3 to $5 to $600 a month that you can start adding on to your savings or your side hustle money for you to then spend, in whichever means you want to. But pet sitting, there are official platforms that help you get this done as well. You can take a look at Rover and Wag. So check out Rover or Wag, sign up, start getting your name out there, getting your services out there, and start getting your pet walking business up and running. All right, so number 5 is online surveys. This is Grandma, the opinionated pro, right? So if you have your own opinions about things in life, if in conversation with your friends you find that you have opinions, right? You totally got opinions. I know I have opinions. And I mentioned it on the last one during the mystery shopping. But one thing that I do like to do, side hustle wise, is answering online surveys, online forums, which are paid, right? So you can sign up to websites like Survey Junkie or Swagbucks, and there's other platforms if you look through them as well, which are more niched in. But the idea is for them to collect survey answers from you. So again, there are companies that want to know, for example, the spending habits of young millennials. What are the software habits of Gen Z? They want to know what are the buying habits of the boomers, right? So every segment of industry, they still want to collect data. It's all about the data collection. And each of these forms or surveys, they're able to allocate a cost in order for them to collect that data. And then that is then, through the platform, is handed over to the person completing the survey. So for myself, I've answered questionnaires about spending for digital marketing agency owners, about freelancers, about people that are living remote and traveling around the world, right? So there's different categories where you can have inputs, and then your inputs would be really valuable for these companies. And they can pay between $1 to $5 for the lower end surveys, but also they can pay $100, $200, $300 for more in-depth surveys that might also take a little bit more time to complete. But regardless of that, if you have some opinions, you want to share those opinions and get paid, you can look into Survey Junkie or Swagbucks, sign up, look into other platforms that pay out for surveys, and then you're on your way to adding some extra side hustle money for sharing your opinions as well. All right. The sixth side hustle that we recommend is renting out your possessions. Now, here's the key thing. Being somebody later in their life, most likely you would have had an accumulation of stuff, right? So with your accumulation of stuff, maybe somebody's nagging you, get rid of the stuff, right? Sell the stuff. But here's the opportunity. Instead of just getting rid of your stuff, if you love it, what you can do is share the love. Because what you can do through our platform called Fat Llama is to rent out your possessions. This is popular for people who have a lot of equipment. For example, if you like to do a lot of home construction, you have drills, you have saws, you have cutters, you have different tools, you're able to rent them out. And then let's say you're a creative person, you have camera equipment, you have film equipment, you have these different types of lighting and gear. Same thing. You would sign up at Fat Llama, and then you would create listings for your possessions, your properties, and then you would list out the pricing. Through time, you want to make sure that things are obviously taken care of as well. So make sure that those are in there. But through time, you get more use out of the tools that you bought. Maybe even get enough to upgrade them or replace them, or just get most out of the existing tools and possessions you have. So for example, we have a story of Ed. He is a 70-year-old hobby photographer that rents out his equipment on Fat Llama. And some of his camera equipment, lighting equipment, on average brings in $300 a month. That again, he uses as savings and then adds up for a vacation for his family. So check it out. If you have a lot of stuff, a lot of possessions, you don't mind renting out to other people, sharing your love, check out fatllama.com and then see how you can start renting your equipment out today. And there you have it, folks. The 6 side hustles that even your grandma can crush, right? Hopefully you found some insights on that video. Links to all the resources we mentioned in the description below. If you like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one.